Alright. Yep, we're good. Everything is set. Let's cover Friday Night Fights. Last thing I need to do is write down something to be ready to set timestamps. And we should be a-okay. Alright. So, here we go. They're starting the first round momentarily. There it is. Alright, so got about 100 people on the server today, a little over that. So, solid 50v50 matches. Nothing too bad. I'd say your average Friday Night Fight style game. First round going to be on Kujari, made by Depso. Simple attack and defend with some assets on both sides. Of course, Depso making the mission at 2 a.m. I can relate to that. Alright, otherwise, it's going to be... Yeah, this kind of reminds me of old school FNF way back when. Some way back in, I want to say, 2019, early 2020. Kujari was heavily used, and they just did some simple city attacks here, and that's what this seems to look like. And yeah, Justy, I am sounding healthy. I would say I'm like 95 to 99% back at this point. So that's good to do. I've got a lot to do tonight. I got to finish up the finalized version of the Splendid Squad file. They want that by the end of the day. I'm just working on some sound scripting. And then I'm going to be rebuilding everything. The main two projects right now being getting my Discord's ops back on track and then getting my main YouTube channel back on track. So everything else will just fall into place. And I've just been, putting everything down the way things are. So yes, Deuce, you did make it. Let me go ahead and put the prediction up as well, so we can get that going. Round 1 of FNF. Blue 4 is attacking. Op 4 is defending. Let me make sure I spell attacking right there. That'd be funny. Awesome. And we'll go ahead and set that up. Let me minimize some other windows here. Make sure we're all set. Cool. All right. So overall, we'll go over player base and gear and whatnot, but this should be a-okay. Music is looping right. All right. We're good to go for the next 3.5 hours, give or take. I'm thinking for the rest of the evening, after I finish the Splendid Squad file being submitted, I'll probably stream some Darktide, or I'll stream some Mission Dev, or maybe even some DayZ. I don't know, but I do want to do an additional DayZ stream or two sometime this weekend to make up for the fact we didn't do much last week.
Hello.
But, you know, we'll get there when we get there. That Total Guy, thanks for the 15-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario, the showing of Friday Night Fights here on the lovely 9th of December. Now, Sector 1 and 2 in the same town of Samari here. Sector 3 in its own area here at Salmari. Literally, the difference is an L. That's funny. Blue 4 moving in, they've got about a platoon-sized element of Humvees, 2 M2s, which are 50 cal, and then 2 M240 Bravos, 7.62 by 51 NATO. Smaller caliber, but still pretty large.
Send in goat
Not really a lot of
6
additional
now.
wiggle room here, but
Hello
we'll see
all.
how things go. Sullivan, thanks for the 12-month resub. That gets you resub. That gets you into the Lance Corporal Club, buddy. Thank you so much. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you enjoy that Lance Corporal badge. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. But Beefy, it's FNF. And Dennis, how you doing? Otherwise, Op 4 loading in. Slowly taking their kits. Looks like some new ones, too. But otherwise, let's go ahead and look at our mission briefing here. Depso saying only 2 cities remain under control of ORPPA, a nefarious group that has kept the entire country in ruins simply to keep their drug trade running. And now, after decades of fighting and outside aid, it's all about to finally end. The taste of freedom and peace is so close, yet so far. Game mode here is going to be Ad Sector. Basically, how Ad Sector works is the defending faction has to maintain control of anywhere from 1 to 3 sectors in a standard Friday Night Fights Ad Sector match. How they maintain control is they prevent the attacker from getting more infantry in the sector than defending infantry. If the attackers ever get more infantry than the defenders into the specific sector, a 90-second timer will start. You'll see that represented by the boxes being filled up from the bottom to the top with a bit of a grayer box. If, for whatever reason, the attackers lose the number advantage in that sector, the timer resets, be it they're killed or they accidentally leave the sector, that timer again resets. So defenders only need to keep one sector for the entire 50-minute round. Again, it's a 15-minute save start with a 50-minute round overall for 65 minutes total. And that is going to pretty much be the game premise here. But otherwise, that is the game mode. Mission parameters here, 900 meters of render distance, that's fine. Only 100 defender fortify points for the fortified tool. The default variable is 125, so a little less on the defender side this time around. That's because they have these towns to defend here. Medium anti-tank settings, the defenders, if they choose to go for a medium anti-tank group, which I believe is the Gamma group. No, it's the Echo group, my bad. It looks like Op4 is going for that. They're going to have an HE round per person. So it's one medium anti-tank AT weapon and up to 2 assistants. So they can have up to 3 HE rockets and 6 AT rockets, which is going to be incredibly useful since Blue 4 does have a lot of vehicles to work with. Otherwise, Blue 4, for their medium anti-tank, only get 2 AT rounds per. And that's not as useful because Op4 only has 2 technicals on the field, but we'll get to that. Anyway, we'll start with Op4 because we're already over here. They're going to be playing as the modern Iranian forces camouflage, so this is just one of the presets they're using as the drug trading group here. Otherwise, loadout's going to be a mix of, wow, all right, G3s, which are 7.62x51 NATO battle rifles of German origin, or they can go with 5.56 M4A1s, 1911s as their secondary 7-shot handguns. Support gunners, the light machine gunners get the RPK, the medium machine gunners get the MG3. Again, a reminder, you only see medium machine gunners in Delta now. Everyone else, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, they get light machine gunners. So Delta get the MG3s here. Light anti-tank's going to be an RPG, and then crew and aviation, which I'm not sure if they'll have a dedicated group for the techies, but they gather either choice of either the MP7 submachine gun and M4A1. Otherwise, nothing on crew served weapons. Op4, 4 of their static Dishkas are the stand-up variant. They have 1 miniature pod, which is the sit-down variant, and then they have a PKM Hilux and a Dishka Hilux. Dishka Hilux, that weapon can pierce armor and pierce into the Humvees, whereas the PKM cannot. Otherwise, looking over at Blue 4, their uniform are going to be the modern Turkish army camouflage. Interesting choice, but they did say NATO countries. Not, well, actually, no. They didn't say NATO. They just said outside support, but interesting to see these kits. Quick breakdown of the roster here. You got your platoon leader, whose ground command is 2IC, the platoon sergeants. Squad leaders, team leaders, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier IR. GRIR kits have the Hunt IR grenades, which are 40mm camera grenades you can fire in the air, give you a nice bird's eye view. Really great for getting your bearings in firefights, which are those little parachutes we sometimes see in the sky. I'll point them out if I see them. Your machine gunners, your machine gunner assistant, combat engineer, light anti-tank. Combat engineers, by the way, they have a choice of 4 different types of ordnance. They can have 2 explosive satchels, 4 explosive charges, 4 tripwire mines, which have 2 HE, which will actually kill people, and 2 flares, which are great for, you know, trying to see if they get tripped to know if the enemy's coming. Or they get 3 anti-tank mines, which the only person I know that actually uses them is Maz, and I haven't seen him in a hot second. Otherwise, you got your medium anti-tank, 1 an assistant, 2 an assistant doesn't matter anymore because they used to do medium anti-tank a different way. RA, RIS, and SNP don't matter anymore. That used to be part of a group called X-Ray, which was a scouting group for both sides. That has been taken away. DM, that appears to be a Scar H, so that is a 7.62x51 NATO rifle that they're going to put probably a 230A scope, but they probably have a choice for their marksman, designated marksman DM. That's what it means. Crew lead, crewmen, pilots, medics, and then the base kit. I'll then have to also look on Op4 to see where their marksman is, because, again, it doesn't have the marksman rifle on the roster here. But for Blue 4, they get a choice of HK-33s or HK-416s. If I recall correctly, the 33A2 is a 7.62x51, but I'll have to look at the magazine size. So a choice of 5.56 or 7.62x51 NATO. Glock 17s for the secondary. Light machine gunners get the Mini-Me, which in my opinion is the best light machine gun in all of FNF. That or an M249, just, you know, 200 rounds of really stable performance is great, but they also get an MG3 for their medium machine gun, which I would argue for the defenders is the best machine gun you can get, because going offensively with it, it's a pain in the ass to aim while moving. But if you can rest that weapon, well, there's a reason it was used in places like Normandy way back when it was rechambered in 9.2, excuse me. And called the MG42, but that's besides the point. Light anti-tank's going to be the RPG-72, and then crew and aviation get a choice of the MP5 or the HK-416. Otherwise, nothing on crew serve assets. They have their 2 M2 Humvees, which have a shielded variant on the gun, 240 Bravos, also with a shielded variant on the gun, 2 transport Humvees, 2 MRAP transports, and 3 transport trucks. Interesting. All right. Looking at our roster here, Op 4 is going to be commanded by Lolo. His 2 IC is going to be Reverendo, my bad. And then his 3 IC is going to be Wonderful, good God. Coach is going to be the platoon medic. No Alpha Squad. All right, Bravo being led by NASA. Ivno, the 2 IC. Eric is going to be using a PSG-1 marksman rifle, which is, I think, an HK, Heckler & Koch German weapon. So that's also 7.62x51, so pretty much nearly identical to the Scar in terms of capabilities. Pogo underscore going to be the squad medic. Veletarian leading Bravo 1 with Daedalur. Zombie Forever, Skipu, Skits, Depso, and Tymek. Ash leading Bravo 2 with Swola, Banks, Wheaton, Viva, Wombat, and Kermit. Papega Pirates and Charlie with Flux leading. Korvac as the marksman, Artisan as the squad medic. Kakir leading Charlie 1 with Pyros, Novix, Cal, Roster, and King. Arma Jesus leading Charlie 2 with Guy Fieri, Bluck, Zixme, and Alexander. So Zixme is one of the best players in OFCRA, which we cover on Thursdays. I'm surprised he's running with Papega Pirates, but as I think about his personality and the other personalities of Papega Pirates, that is a perfect fit. Not gonna lie, that's pretty funny. And then you've got Duke leading Delta, Ellie's being his 2 IC. Mogsy looks like they took the marksman rifle out of the Delta command group and instead put another machine gunner on it. That's interesting. And then there's also Bonkers, who also has a machine gun. So what my thought process here is they took the machine guns out of Delta 2 and instead merged them with command to get those roles in there. So that's why Delta has those 2 machine gunners, because Delta 1 has your team leader MFL with Pingus as the machine gunner assistant, and then Audrey and Petrovsky as the 2 additional machine gunners there. Norris being the team lead for the Echo crew, which is the medium anti-tank weapon. Bates taking the RPG, and then Harrington and Iqbal taking the assistant settings. So that means that team's going to have 3 HE rounds to utilize. We'll see if that makes a difference. Otherwise, going over to Blue 4 here, we have Shy under command here. Sam is going to simply... Wait a minute. There is no command. Oh, it's all the way down here. That's weird. All right. Curie is commanding. Andre being the group's medic. Curie's not taking a 2 or 3 IC. Interesting. Alpha's going to be led by Shy. Sam being the marksman. Patriot leading Alpha 1 with Olaf, Mutant, and Casey under him. No Alpha 2. Trying to look on the bottom of the roster. Nope. And I think they're going to have less manpower because they're having dedicated vehicle crews down here under Gamma. Gamma crews usually are vehicles, and then hotel crews are pilots. Otherwise, Bravo being led by Khalil with Fonz as the marksman and Renly as the medic. Bravo 1 being led by Hartzier with Toxic Haze, Nicholas, Blas, Rodrigue, and Lowy as under that group. Rufy leading Bravo 2 with Jabby Baker, Tukant, and the real Jamie under him. Charlie being led by Kabubi Face, Emin taking the 2 IC role, Solomon taking the medic role, and Steve taking the marksman role. We can't tell because they're all in a Vic, but we can tell by the guns that are displayed. Mike leading Charlie 1 with Oddball, Rund, Wayne, and Wise under him. Charlie 2 being led by Pro Hunter with Thompson, Cameron, Gogu, Crazy, Petru, and Amith Balls. Nemesis from Scandi. Looks like we actually have Scandi in force here today, leading Delta with Azariah taking the medic role. Kazua leading Delta 1 with Whiplash, Iander, and Max. Navs leading Delta 2 with Katz, Curtin, Steve, and Dobbs. Mackenzie and the Dying Bush being one of the vehicle crews. They're going to be taking a 50 cal Humvee. The other Humvee, also a 50 cal Humvee, being taken by a vehicle crew, has Night Owl and Scout Thompson. And then we have command all the way down there. So that tells me that the 240 Humvees are going to be held at the squad level. The M2 Humvees are going to be used by vehicle crews individually. Otherwise, groups are loading up as individual groups here across various different vehicles. And you hear them making their plan right here.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, so they're talking about hitting Sector 3 first, which is smart, and then you can try to move the forest to come in. And also Nemesis being smart.
We're moving from there. I'm not sure if he's planned that already or not. He hasn't said anything about it.
Hear them talking about everything, so. Looking at the terrain going in to look at the AO Sector 3, I mean, it's just a town. It's got a nice perimeter wall around some of these buildings. You can easily get to the second story, but these are very exposed areas, but you can still use the Fortify tool to build them up. But as Nemesis properly is predicting, Op4 doesn't seem to want to hold that town at all, because I'm not sure if they have a teleport pole to get... Okay, they do. So flag poles here represent teleportation, where they can teleport from one sector to another, because they can only stay in the red zone. But even then, why go all the way out there and hold that AO when you can just hold the 2 AOs in here? But look at how more spaced out everything is in this AO. Yeah, you got the Minaret Tower you can do reconnaissance from. You can put marksmen up there, but it's a lot of territory to cover from up here. And yes, you have 2 of the sectors. One of the sectors being the Minaret. Oh, no, it's actually just south of the Minaret. It's this block over here. Minaret's right there. And then the other sector is this area right here, which is a little more defensible, and they've been putting some fortifications down to put themselves up in more firing positions. But I'm going to be honest, I actually think Sector 3 is easier to hold because it has this perimeter wall here, and then you could add some fortifications here. Blue 4, please, for the love of God, space out. I don't want you armoring each other. That's funny. So they're just giving a warning because Blue 4 is going to be taking a lot of different vehicles here. But, I mean, we're here to also watch them arm at each other because it's pretty funny when they do that. But otherwise, fairly well AO. This is a good starter match for the week. We'll have to see how all this goes. Maybe the gas station will blow up. You never know. But I do like the perimeter they're trying to make right here in Op4. But Blue 4, all they need to do is just find an angle to push in, use their supporting Vix to suppress, and then just rush right in all honesty, especially with the MRAPs. They can take quite a beating. They only have to basically suppress any Op4 infantry to not fire AT out, and then they can get their guys deployed right then and there. Otherwise, Blue 4 looks like they're going to be taking every vehicle into the AO, spacing out accordingly. But that should be good to see. I mean, I don't really see anything else that could go wrong here. But we'll just have to see what Blue 4 decides to do. If they split up their forces too much, then Op4 is going to easily be able to defeat Blue 4 in detail. If Blue 4 keeps all their guys in supporting areas with each other, I think Blue 4 should win this hands down. It is also nice to see they separated Op4 and Blue 4 in terms of Scandia Recon. One of the best communities in Friday Night Fights is in Blue 4. Pepega Pirates, one of the best communities in Op4. In Op4 as well. I think I meant to say in Friday Night Fights. The 2 best communities are Scandia and Pepega, so keeping them separated usually makes for a more even match. However, we have seen plenty of times where they've been together and still gotten absolutely shafted, but it's for various reasons. But I'd say overall this is a pretty standard AO. 1 minute remaining on the timer. This should be pretty fair. I don't know who's going to win this one. Again, if Blue 4 keeps all their forces together, I think they'll be able to break through one of the defensive lines that Op4 sets up and move in. I think Blue 4 has all the tools to make it, but Op4 also has all the tools to properly defend it, especially if Blue 4 doesn't assault this AO properly. I do appreciate that Op4 is making some nice fortified bunkers out here, taking advantage of the hilly terrain to put themselves in positions where they can overwatch a lot of it. But Op4 needs to do the job and make sure they identify where Blue 4 is going to come in and push their forces to reinforce it accordingly, but not too much. Otherwise, you might have a strike team squad-sized element come in from a flank and break right in. And yes, this is the first round. I see, Slushy. Thank you for letting me know. Probably not going to do anything with it. Also, quick apology on my end. I want to say 95 to 99% recovered from tonsillitis. I do have a bit of a nasty cough, though, so if I have a coughing fit, I will try to mute my mic and not have you listening on that, but I apologize ahead of time. There's, again, so many variables where this could go right or wrong. There could be vehicles arming each other. There could be a massive... What? Okay, so Op4 right off the bat, sending Echo in the technicals. So that also makes a little bit of sense. You can have the assistants be on the guns, but you give them the fast-moving vehicles to try to hunt down the Blue 4 Vix. Not a bad call there. Otherwise, Blue 4 moving up to the first forested patch here, and a lot of their forces moving around on the left flank. So, sorry, I had to give a yawn there. They're going to basically take that sector first and then move in. This is a lot of open terrain, though, really hilly. So we'll just have to see how this all goes. But we do have some of Papega and friends pushing their guys out over here. Interesting. Do have AT with them. This is about a team-sized element they're sending out early on. Don't know what their final goal will be, but could be a picket force, could be a reconnaissance force. Based on the fact they do have AT, I think it might just be a minor picket force to see if they can take out any Blue 4 Vics early on. I think what's going to be really important, though, is Op4's Echo team with the medium anti-tank weapon. As soon as they identify that Blue 4 is going to come from the west, they need to mount up and then do a massive northern loop around or a southern loop around to try to get behind Blue 4's line and snipe their vehicles with the medium anti-tank weapon. However, Matt has two different purposes here tonight, since they have in this round an HE warhead per person. So they've got 3 people, 2 assistants and the gunner, 3 HE warheads total. There is an argument that can be made that you can just keep that in the perimeter and move him around where he's needed. And if they see a buildup of troops, they can just fire an HE warhead and get a nice multi-kill. So I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can play Matt. I think they're going to be trying to focus on taking out the Blue 4 Humvees, which, you know, if they can take them out, that would be a great call. But based off the fact that Blue 4 is going to be using some as squad assist and some are just going to be in Gamma crews moving around, it could really go either. Ow! Why did you bite me? Hi, Bloodwayne. What? What? Honey? Yes, honey.
Boy is sweet.
What?
Girl eats sweet.
Boy is sweet, girl eats sweet? Okay.
Yo,
Girl eat boy. No. Ah, hey. I'm working, honey. It's because she craves blood. It's in her name. Well, okay, you're not wrong. She just turned around. She's staring at me again after she tried to walk away. Oh, she's coming back. Oh, dear. And she just bit my forearm. Ow. Hey. Honey, I'm trying to work. I love you to death, baby, but come on. Goober. Alright, so Blue 4 Command leading this group here. That's a little worrisome because we do have Op 4 picket forces here. Hey, that's my mic, honey. Honey, please. Are you good?
Yeah,
Hey, honey, come on. Op 4's picket line here is trying to look for Blue 4. I'm trying to identify if they, I think they do spot them. You can see all those groups down there. You see, yeah, Bluck just spotted that vehicle. He's pulling his AT out, so they are trying to basically get some vehicle snipes with this picket group early on. Yeah, Gremlin time, right? Also, Celeste, never played Dwarf Fortress. I've been playing a lot of Dark Tide, and before that it was Core Keeper and Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh shit, enemy infantry. Literally there, literally 283. NASA, full shit dismounted on.
Yeah, so this is command. If they had a shot, they might actually be able to take him out, but he doesn't have anything specially identifying him. Usually command elements have like a fancy helmet or something, which in this case they do, but it looks like he took the platoon sergeant role instead to kind of blend in a bit better. But he doesn't have goggles. Oh, wait, no. Grenadiers have goggles, though. So he does blend in quite well. I think if Op 4 saw that he was the commander there, they probably would have risked taking that shot because he would be a very high-value target to eliminate early on. You know, Slushy, that's a great question. And the answer is I do not know. But look at this. So Blue 4 has a massive group coming in from the northern side.
Yeah, I'm alright.
What are they on?
Can't
Yeah,
see
so Blue
shit
4
from
is
up here.
basically divided into a lot of different elements. I think these Op 4 guys are staring right at him right now.
Another vehicle, we don't know where it is. It's to the west of Barmark.
No, they're prone.
Around.
Yeah, these chuckleheads.
Hey, who are those guys northeast?
Command.
Can you point them?
That's command.
That's command
Yeah.
right there. This is all
Come on.
players, yep. About 102 players on the server right now.
So essentially, they're just
I
letting
can
him
pop 'em
run
right
up to
now.
them.
They're friendly.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. It doesn't stop me from popping them.
True. I mean, we can do it at the same time, so it was an accident.
Two negligence, very accurate, past 150 meters.
Yeah, no, you use your GL like
Oh yeah, misclick with the GL.
yeah.
Oh shit.
There you go.
Easy.
The utter fucking irony. Oh my god. That's funny. Alright, one Bugs battle buddy got taken out there, but they ambushed and eliminated some of the blue 4 element here. That was totally deserved. Oh my god. Oh. That's pretty damn funny. Sector 3 being captured now by this incursion force. Oh man. August, if you do exclamation point FNF, which I need to add that to my command list right there in the title. I'll do that after this round. But they allow for solo players to come in. Malin's one of the admins there. If I didn't have integrity, I would totally kill Sam off right now. I know, Malin. That was pretty funny, not gonna lie. It was well timed, but it looks like he was medicked back up. Oh my god, that was great, though. What do those two goobers remind me of the first episode of Red vs. Blue? Oh, way back when. Back when Machinima was a heavy thing, right? You had Red vs. Blue, RB and the Chief, all that good stuff. Oh, way back when. So yeah, you've got one of the Gamma Vics, the 50 cal Humvees firing down at Op4 over here. Delta still staying back there. You got this massive blue 4 group coming in from the north. I think we're going to have a nice L-shape attack wave come in. Well, we do have a 50 cal.
Am I low?
So that is the Dishka, one of the 5 static Dishkas that Op4 has firing up here. And they're backing away.
We know where it is now. Am I corrected? Is it?
Yeah, Freeman's mine too. There's a new episode coming. Cool. So these guys are trying to figure out where that machine gun bunker is to get it marked. You've got some wedge formations going in. All right, so Bravo as a whole is coming in from the north here. Here's that AT launch. Wow, did it get the hit? Yes. I thought it did. There's an impact crater right there. Did that miss? Wait, but you're here and the vehicle is there, so how did you make an impact crater there and not what? How did you miss if the impact was... And they're still alive. I think another RPG just got launched overhead. Yep. Impacted right there. It went under the vehicle. I mean, maybe. That's crazy. Ay, ay, ay. All right, so now you got the assault going. Adishka just tore up and destroyed the engine on this 240 Humvee. This squad's going to be held right here. You got Nafs coming up. He spotted Bluck. Bluck trying to do some wild suppression, not spotting Nafs through that little bush area. Nafs gets him, is going to double tap with that grenade. And there goes Bluck. Great throw on Nafs' part, taking out part of that picket group. Now you've got Echo, the Matt crew for Op4 starting to come around. They're going to possibly get behind Bravo and flank them with some HE rockets. I would love to see that. Otherwise, Blue 4 has control of Sector 3. Now the main force is moving in right here. More RPGs going out, trying to hit Charlie 2, but they are minimally effective. I'm going to be honest, I think the Dishkas are going to be better at picking off the Humvees rather than the RPGs here. You see one Humvee is down. One of the transport Humvees dismounted back here. And this is going to be a massive marksman fight here as both sides put fire down range. You got Op4 and Machine Gunner firing over at this group as they're trying to return fire. with what sounds to be one of their marksmen. You got shots going all around Steve right here. As you got that Dishka just blindly suppressing him. Steve's firing way over, though. Now, you gotta remember, when I go into this view mode, the scope isn't 100% accurate. We gotta watch the tracers instead, and you can see the tracers going over that building. So he is way off. More RPGs going over. That, I think, was, again, an attempt on this, but look at that! The gunner just got picked off by what appeared to be fire from Wombat, and he does have the kill. So some great suppressive fire with that G3. And now you hear those MG3s firing over here. And what is Echo doing? They've done a dismount all the way over here. They're playing it very safe, but very safe does not get you far in Friday Night Fights. And they're just going to hold here for now and not do any flanking. If they got a well-placed RPG right here with an HE warhead, they would kill everyone if they fired right in the center of that. They'd only not kill Rodrig, in which case the assistants could pick them off. I'm doing all right, Jenslavi. I hope you're doing okay. So you got Bravo coming in, Alpha now dismounting on the southern side. So this goes to show me that Blue 4 is trying to simply come in from any angle they can to try to find a weakness, but Op4 have done the classic, just, you know, hold every side, and that's the perfect counter to when your attacker attacks every side, because your attacker is divided amongst everything, your defender is divided against anything, but the defender have all the cover, and the attackers have to move in through the open. And especially with the attackers having so many static guns, that's going to give them quite a lot of ammo to work with. But the risk is if Blue 4 is able to get close enough, they can break through in any position. But, I mean, so far, you're seeing Op4 properly hold this area. Echo now moving up a bit further. Reload an HE warhead, dude. You have -1 kill. You somehow killed Iqbal back there. That's brilliant. Well, they're down an assistant. You've got a Vector. That's a rangefinder, actually. So you can range out those infantry and then hit them with an HE warhead. Or not. That's the wrong warhead. Almost killed units back there. All right. Well, okay, Norris is back. All right, now he's got the right warhead. He overranged it because he thought he had the right warhead on. He just got hit. Dude, if you're going to pull the trigger, pull it. There it goes. Ah, a little short, but it still blew one dude up. That just goes to show you. Even with some rock cover there, but yeah, that was a very powerful weapon. But these guys are mostly getting repulsed here. Bates should have 2 more, despite one of his assistants dying. They're getting off the gun because, well, they get picked off if they get hit on there. All right. I mean, this is just reflected across the entire board here, but Blue 4, I mean, you see they're struggling in their individual fights. Charlie's the guy, group that's getting the closest. Alpha trying to open up a new flank. Jagmeister, that oil rig has been on the Steam Workshop. It's, I think the E66 Tanoan oil rig platform is the one I used. If you search oil rig on the workshop, you can take it and use it. I edited it slightly, though. I disabled a lot of the simulation on, like, 90% of the assets, and I deleted the ambient smoke effects, and it's perfectly fine. It's a bit intensive because there's a lot of stuff on it, and that can't be denied. Why is this guy unconscious, just ricocheting around? That's funny. Another RPG goes in. It's wide. Very wide. He might have used another, regular RPG warhead instead of an HE warhead. You got the other group of Delta now flanking, eliminating more guys up here. Norris moved up on his own. Bates just got taken out by that flanking group. GL's raining in on him as well, so Echo's been mostly wiped. But that is just a single battle. Now you got to see more of Delta push in with Bravo here. so they can continue the fight. But otherwise, the main Op 4 group is repelling everything. But when you're dealing with massive custom compositions like that, it really helps if you simple object everything, you disable simulation of everything that doesn't need its doors opened or closed, and that's how you get a lot of your frames back. There's also new features coming out that convert assets you put down into quote-unquote map assets so they load differently. However, I haven't really seen much of a change with that new feature in terms of frames compared to just simple objecting everything, but again, there's a lot of ways you can stretch assets out so you can get some of those frames back. But yeah, it's Arma. You never know what to really expect and how things are going to handle. Alright, so most of this group, I'm going to be honest, is pretty thinned out here. Most of Op 4 is okay, with the exception of a few casualties. But all the casualties, not all, but most have been outside of this town's perimeter. Whereas Blue 4, you actually don't see a lot of casualties either, as most groups have just been exchanging fire from range. But now what's going to happen here is if we look at this from the map perspective, you've got half of Blue 4 stuck engaging Echo, and the other half making their assault. So Op 4 is going to more than likely be able to repel the first half of Blue 4, and then when the second half of Blue 4 comes in, they're just going to repel them all the same, because Blue 4 have divided themselves and now are conducting an attack, but they're going to be defeated in detail, where although Blue 4 had an 8% numbers advantage, in the start of this mission, because they've divided their force in half, that's giving Op 4 the number advantage to fight back. But, ooh, you just see that GL land and blow that guy up? That was great. You got a lot of fire going in on Rund here. He gets headshotted. And Op 4 taking a lot of fire from these guys as they fire over at the Delta element here.
Hey, there's a large force around that compound.
Are they still in the grid yet?
You can just see they're blindly suppressing, but he's still getting the hits there. That managed to knock Mike out. Mike come back up, though. More AT going out. You got Charlie 2 coming up right here. And the reality is, Blue 4 is just not really finding a way to put their foot in the door. Alpha might get close, though. They're on the outskirts of the city. They're right next to some structures. But you got Pepega now looking back. They're taking fire as they poke their guns out, but now they know there's someone to the south there. Blue 4's doing a great job of putting up where they can, but Op 4's also doing a great job of just stopping them where they can. This is going back and forth really well. Now, I think the straw that'll break the camel's back is if we see all of Blue 4 push in, but instead, half of them are busy trying to hunt the remnants of Echo, and the other half are now starting to move in. So, still room for Op 4 to properly repel this, but if Blue 4 pushed one more angle, I feel like based off of where Op 4 is stretched thin right here, they'd be able, Blue 4 would be able to at least get one foot in the door. Because when you look at this, this could be attacks from all cardinal directions here. You got northwest, west, southeast, and then if we could get something from the northeast, you know, that would really stretch Op 4's defensive line proper. And then, I mean, you got Op 4 up here. You got a backpack Dishka. Got some rounds coming in as now the gun trucks are coming in. The Gamma crews, and now Alpha sticking to the open ground instead of moving in. That's really risky, but at least they're being supported by a gun car there, the M2 Humvee. So hopefully Pepega won't spot them and start picking them off. It's just worrisome, though, with all of the... There's so much Blue 4 on the outskirts. They're starting to get into positions to attack, but they're only attacking the really far positions like the Minaret. Charlie 2 going for a charge. All it takes is one well-placed gun. And you're starting to see that on Desp, so he just took out Pro Hunter there. More shots coming into Gogu as he moves to cover. These are very risky. And for good reason. Pro Hunter's not waking up, he just woke up and then woke up and immediately went unconscious again. Someone right here just died. Again, you can get your foot in the door, but it's gonna be costly. Steve going down and double tapped. Emin taking fire. This is where Blue 4 is going to take the most casualties of trying to get that foot in the door. Now you've got Delta on the rear, though, of those vehicles. Is he going to switch the Dishka and try to take him out from afar? Ooh, he just hit someone in there. Thankfully, that gunner does not know what he's doing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Norris is going to beeline back into his territory because that Humvee could hunt him down. Whew. And a little bit of air there. All right, so now the remainder of Op4 is staying right here. Charlie 2 down to 5 players. Steve woke back up. Again, you've got just half of Blue 4 outside of the fight right now, and the other half charging in. We're at the 27-minute mark. Yes, Op4 is taking a good chunk of casualties, but Blue 4, I mean, you're starting to see them stack up as well. Blue 4 getting into the outlying positions now. Pro Hunter just killed someone that was doing medical on Pro Hunter. Great shot by Zixme as he locks down this area. He's going for another kill. Great headshot. Yeah, he knows to duck and reload. That group mostly eliminated. You got the Gamma gun crews coming in, but Op4... Yeah, they hear those Vics coming, but I'm not sure if they have any AT. Callie just got picked off. Don't know from what angle. Possibly by Casey. Yep. He's going for that double tap. Got Wonder moving up there, but he hears the Humvee, so he's backing off. Now you got some of the gunners here. They're going for the crewman. But so far, Op4 maintain control. Delta, I think, are mounting up in Vix. They might go for a vehicle charge, which wouldn't be a bad call. Especially if they're supported by the gun cars that suppress anything that go in. That should have been the first choice by default. Because as you look over here, Blue 4 just getting picked off at every other angle. Another, as I say that, another Blue 4's down. Hey, Ollie, how you doing? Zixme trying to come up on foot. He crawls away after taking fire as Crazy repels him. Callie got brought back up. So I think they realize that they might have an opening right here and these vehicles are coming around. Yeah, righto, Ollie. It's great to hear. Solo doing some blind suppression with that RPK. Op4 just down to 2 players in that Charlie 2 group. Started with a good, like, 7 or 8, man. That just goes to show how unsupported smoke charges like that usually end in disaster. RPG still firing around at both sides. Where are they going? They're going south. You had an opportunity to charge in with vehicle support, so why are you now going at a completely different angle? Are they gonna try to come in from the south now because no one's come in from the south yet? But didn't Alpha try that? But then Alpha moved over here, but now most of Alpha's dead. Yeah, because they died in the open over here, so where are you going? Are you gonna try to reinforce over here because you have... Oh my gosh. But there's a Zixme. And he's got a handgun. Beefy, check Reddit, find a unit. You will always find people recruiting there. Grenade goes off. Double taps the body, crazy panic fires. Yeah, they're charging in right here. He just got killed. Grenade just got thrown. Wow. You know, there were grenades thrown. There was a lot of opportunity for that to go bad, but they got their foot in the door. Zixme gets run over. Hold up, but his... Oh, I was hoping the vehicle would run crazy over. Oh my god. Yeah, when you run into a guy with an MG3 and you're not looking at him, you're screwed at that point. We got an Op 4 counterattack coming in, though. Ah, they did it because this is Sector 2 itself, that's why. One man down, Naf's looking over. He's gonna get above him. Nafs immediately gets shot through multiple different angles, though. Now you got cats coming around. Uh-oh, and that wall just opened up. Yeah, now you got Bravo finally moving in. It was just a matter of Blue 4. They did a great job doing an encircling attack. But then, when Echo distracted 2 squads worth of dudes, those 2 squads instead pulled back to engage Echo, which threw off Blue 4's plan completely, and now you're just seeing what remains of Blue 4 trickle in, and Op 4 is able to hold because they can just keep readjusting, since that force came from a different angle where, had it been being pushed from another area, wouldn't have been able to come through and assist. And thus, everything's kind of falling apart for Blue 4 here. Looking at the remaining numbers, I mean, I think there's just too much Blue 4 to Op 4 here. Sorry, too much Op 4 to Blue 4. Casey pulling that sweet, sweet reloading magic. What is this? What is this? Only for him to get picked off from a different angle. Can't dodge that one, bitch. Oh my god. That was Callie, I think, getting the flank there. No, he doesn't have a kill, but whoever it was, good job. Twirl that. Now what's the line? Parry this, you freaking casual. That's it. And I got Blue 4 doing its own smoke charge right here. They're shooting through each other, though. That's a bit messy. They're not taking any fire, though. It just goes to show Op 4 not thinking there was anything else coming from that line, pulled their forces in.
How do you speak an alternate? God damn it.
50-10, 50-10.
So we got 2 MG3 gunners, and we got a big group of Blue 4 coming in. This should be interesting. Wayne got taken out by Wombat. You got some more Blue 4 trickling in. Now it's just going to be a battle for the sectors. Sector 2, I could see it getting captured. Sector 1, there's way too many Op 4 there for it to make a difference. Wonder just tried to drive up, and he just ate lead from at least 5 different shooters there. That's not good. So when you see the dirt kick up like that, that means the bullet's hitting the texture instead. Nicholas gets hit. Another Blue 4 guy just got killed right there, too. We just watched die on our screen. Oh, marksman fire from the left. It's another dead. Crazy gets a great grenade throw. Kermit doesn't turn enough in time and gets knocked out by said grenade. Crazy might double tap. But he's got Swallow watching that way. Another wild grenade going left. Now he's taking fire from the rear by Ash. Ooh. Grav now trying to hit Ash there. Main Blue 4 group remaining. Not too good there. And then you got Gamma coming in. Can't tell how many people are in there because they have a dead person in there, which glitches it out, so I can't see who's who on there. Bond's trying to come up, immediately gets suppressed by an MG3. Here comes Flux. Unfortunately, this vehicle is going in the rear, and I think the driver just saw Flux. That's smart, though. Drive in through the rear so you can just drive up and dismount. Now he's going to have to find in a different way. Who's that driving? That's Night Owl. Yeah, so one of the vehicle crewmen guys. All right, guys. I have to say the line. Ready? Blue 4 doesn't really have a chance to win here. However, if one of the Blue 4 players channel their inner Audrey Hotto, we might be able to see a victory still clutched here by Blue 4. For those of you who don't know, Audrey Hotto is the player in FNF who maintains the kill count record in a Friday Night Fights match with 23 confirmed kills. That's because there was a 3-way single sector fight, and Audrey Hotto was the last guy alive in his team in the 3 fight. And he managed to single-handedly wipe 2 other teams worth of people and win for his team. It was one of the craziest plays in FNF history we've ever seen. We'll probably never see it again. But hey, there's always a possibility. Night Owl, he did not channel his inner Audrey Hotto. I always curse people with that stupid line, slashy, 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 slashy. Merry Audrey Hotto miss to you too, buddy. Wow. These guys are just chilling back here. You got Andre over here, and is that it for Blue 4? Nope, Night Owl is back alive and awake. Night Owl, how do you feel, buddy? He dodges that round by going into the medical animation. He dolphin dives. Unfortunately, he doesn't go far enough behind his actual vehicle. Will he wake back up again? 15-minute warning being called. And Night Owl, unfortunately, does not wake up again. Andre, unfortunately, is also dead. Ah, yes, the Flux flank maneuver. 1 man, 1 grenade. Did he just make him drop the... Okay. Amazing. There it is. There goes Blast. Oh, it doesn't get him. They're just not close enough. 4 blue 4 remain. I need to strike. Yeah, so he fires a smoke round. 3 blue 4 remain with 1 unconscious. I'm gonna be honest. They're caught in the open right here. What the hell? Korvac, but you're up 4. And you just pushed Baker's bot. Oh no. Korvac. What? What? But what? Okay. I guess Korvac does know how to make an entrance. He showed he didn't need that Humvee. He just needed to knock it out of the way, dazzle Blue 4 with that distraction, and then come in and eliminate everyone else. Rocket goes up to hit Lolo, and it's GG. So Blue 4 lost that because they had some of their force in the assault get distracted by a small team. That kept them pinned away from the main fight, and everything else that got sent in trickled in and got eliminated slowly but surely. All right. Well, that was a decent round. Anyway, let's put our prediction woes at rest. Op4 won that round. And we'll go ahead and get ready for the next. Hope you guys are enjoying everything so far. I am going to BRB just to switch out my commands. And let's see what our next round is. What is the map? If it'll load. It would be nice if it loaded. All right, it's Columbia. Revenge Strike. Interesting. All right, I will be right back in just a minute. Let's see now. Change out our commands here. Map is going to be Columbia. This is round 2. Where Blue 4 is attacking Green 4. Green 4 sites. Blue 4 has an 8% numbers advantage. 2 M2 Humvees and a Huey. Excuse me. Huey, while Green 4 has a BRDM, 2, what was that? Static Dishkas? Yep. And a PKMG Nest. Awesome. Alright, we'll see how this round wraps up. But that was a pretty good first round. Second round, we're still going to be over 100 players. Some people rejoining. Excellent, excellent. I would say overall, as the commentator, I haven't really seen defenders or attackers win overall. How would I put it? It really just depends on the strategy chosen and what ends up happening. Because that first round, it was really obvious to see that the defenders were going to win because, as I called out, the only time when a defender round, like, how would I put it? If the defenders choose to defend 360 around the AO and the attackers choose to attack the area 360 around the AO, the attackers will win if they manage to put all their forces and attack at the same time, which it looked like they were setting that up. But because the defenders had their medium anti-tank team come around and try to flank, and even though it failed, it pinned 2 of the 4 squads, basically half of the blue 4 infantry, from actually going into the sector at the same time, and that allowed the defenders to basically repel those 2 attacks, wait out for the other 2 squads, and then destroy them as well. The 3rd squad ended up trying to come around and reinforce where most of an infantry squad was already wiped, and then the 2nd one just moved in and got outflanked. So that's just really how it is. I'm going to go refill my water. Because, again, not 100% yet, but I'm recovering from tonsillitis, but I need to keep everything lubricated. BRB 1 second. And yet you would be surprised, though, how effective it is just to have a group distract a force. Because that's manpower being taken away from somewhere else where it would be viable to have, you know? So, either way, it's quite interesting. Have I played Ready or Not? No. I remember I did a poll a while ago, and that was what won. I got set up to do it, but then I got taken over by other things. And then, I'm going to be honest, I've been desperately trying to reorganize myself and everything, but it's difficult to do because if one thing stalls, then it all comes crashing down and I get completely disorganized and it's really hard for me to recover. And I've noticed that's been an ongoing trend for years on how this channel works. So what I've been trying to do is front log everything. However, if my mental health gets screwed for a month, or I get sick for 10 days with freaking tonsillitis, or, you know, some other crazy thing happens that stalls me, everything gets thrown in the fray. However, the PvP Shenanigans channel has been fine because that's all properly front logged. So I'm now... one of the 2 major projects I'm trying to do is to apply that same logic to the main channel. But I'm also debating what to really do with that main channel. Because no matter what I do, that thing's throttled into oblivion. So what I finally decided is I'm going to upload everything I have. I'm going to keep that going. And then once I discover where that front log date is... I'll probably roll it, maintain it for the rest of that month, and then the following month I'm going to change my main channel into something that uploads only a few times weekly, just so there's less work. And then everyone who wants to watch the full Zeus videos and whatnot, I'm just going to say, hey, they're over on the VOD channel, because I want to minimize the amount of work I do, because YouTube doesn't seem to reward that at all, and I got to follow where the money is. So... that should be fine. I'll fire up Sony Vegas and, you know, make compilations or whatnot. And then if people want the full videos, then you can just go over to the VOD channel, and that'll be fine. But that way I can also vary the content a little bit and, make people laugh, smile. That seems to be the way things are anyway, so. You know, give something for everyone. But that way I can focus back on the other projects I want to get back into, which is maintaining all of my stuff that I like to do. And then I can give myself time to play Darktide. Hey, it all works out. All right, round 2, right off the bat, we see something similar. The defenders have less machine guns to work with, and the attackers have a Huey. I'm going to be honest, helicopters don't mean a damn thing in FNF. The only time I have seen them actually matter is if the gunner is a specific person, and his name is Iceberg. He is the only player I have seen actually get more than just 2 or 3 kills on the gun. There might be some other exceptions too, but I mean, he... God, he got like 6 or 8 kills when I saw him last, like a year ago or so. Similar to how, if, for example, we saw a mortar on both sides, I'd say that doesn't matter unless we saw either Stark, Bay, or Falcon on the mortar, because they're the only 3 that I've seen actually consistently get kills with the mortar. So it's cool that we're going to see a gunship in play. Maybe it'll get a kill or 2, but beyond that, it's not really going to do much. The only other aspect that gunships have is they do distract players. So if you maintain an orbital with it, yeah, it's going to really screw with the players. But there's also 2 static Dishkas that are going to more than likely shoot the main engine out of the helicopter if it doesn't crash first. So how effective it's going to be is a mystery, you know? But beyond that, I mean, it's also going to depend on the AO. If it's a really simple AO on the map, I'm going to tell you exactly how it's going to be played off, but yeah, I don't know. After doing this for a few years, you do start to realize who might win or who might not win. The mystery in it, though, is when you have a decent balance of everything going in, you generally don't know how it's going to play out until you see, you know, something in the field happen. Like last round, it could have gone either way, but then the defenders did a 4-man flank and pulled away a lot of the attackers, and then it all just kind of fell into place there. This one, we'll see. It could be even, and then something happens, someone makes a smart call, and then the other side just doesn't effectively counter it or effectively rally their troops, because in any PvP scenario, the toughest thing for one side to have is proper communication. In FNF, it usually breaks down, just in general. In OFCRA, not only does it break down, but because there's so many communities speaking so many different languages, it's hard for a French squad to communicate with a Polish squad if they're both on the same side. Excuse me. And then for the really large scale, you know, 220 player stuff, I mean, that, you're literally managing platoons worth of troops, like a practical company at that point. That's crazy. All right, so Blue 4 right off the bat, we see a start spawn point right here. That's probably has a special rule tied to it where only one squad's going to be able to start right there. Green 4, same thing. They probably have a force that is being forced to start over here. The 2 destroyed objectives are in the northern and southern sides of these areas here. And they're both ammo caches. All right. Excuse me. Right off the bat, I can tell you, this is really favoring Blue 4. Because Blue 4 are going to be able to use the jungles on the map of Colombia to get right into the southern side of this objective. This is where you're going to see the heaviest fighting. The second area of heaviest fighting you're going to see is in the town itself. Because Blue 4 is going to basically be able to get in here and then start sweeping south to north because of how this AO is oriented. Forcing just a battle line maneuver south to north and clearing everything out as they go. Yeah, you might see a squad or 2 try to flank around on this little runway right here, but this is definitely favoring the attackers in this coin. Unless there's some special rules, which we could see, but I mean, right off the bat, this is forcing Blue 4 to do something smart, keep their forces together, and just sweep in AO. So we'll see. We could also see the Huey load up a whole squad, dismount it right here, and then have those infantry, again, get right on top of the AO and flank around. That's probably what I would do, actually, as Blue 4 Command. I'd have Alpha Bravo Charlie. I'd have to know what spawns here, but either way, I'd have 2 or 3 squads coming from the south, 1 squad from the north, and just move in through the forests.
Green 4 wins.
Man, thanks for the 5,000 bits, buddy, but I have to disagree with you. Like, this is leaning on Blue 4. And again, it's not a guarantee Blue 4 is going to win. It's just, I feel like this AO is idiot-proofed for Blue 4 to win. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for Blue 4 to make a bad strategy here. And then even then, you've got some, look at the contour lines here. This is in the low ground. This is the high ground over here. So you could actually put marksmen up here and overwatch part of the town as your force is going. This AO is really stacked against the defenders. All right, let's see it. I'm curious how this will play out. All right. Briefing. Oh, it's a big brief. This is made by Patriot. Background. After successfully defending the makeshift patrol base in Caucasia, the French 3rd Foreign Legion Regiment has been reinforced by additional French elements and is gearing up for an attack on known rebel supply positions in and around the town of Catalina. Rebel forces have taken a beating in other parts of French Guiana, but the local populace is still heavily supported by their efforts. As such, the rebels in Catalina have been able to reinforce an old French outpost in the center of town and stage ambush positions along the singular roadway leading into Catalina from the south. Even with the support of the locals, though, rebels have not been able to snuff out all former French positions in the area around Catalina. These previously isolated units may play a pivotal role in the success of the French assault. Notes, the old French outpost in the center of Catalina is currently under construction by rebels. As such, the attackers and defenders alike should be able to find additional entry points into the base. Q. Additional rules. The French must start a squad or platoon-sized element in safe zones too. Basically, either everyone or a single squad, but they at least have to maintain a squad. Otherwise, this reinforcement may be waived by staff at their discretion based on player count, but there may be no more than a platoon spawning on safe zone. Which, again, it's usually platoon versus platoon, but whatever. The rebels can send a maximum of 1 platoon to safe zone 3. I'm trying to think here. Maybe they have it as, maybe this is a squad and this is a platoon breakdown. So like Alpha, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 1 is a squad. The entirety of Alpha is a platoon. I don't know. They might have reworded things. But otherwise, game mode, destroying 2 caches. Very simple. Mission variables, 50-minute safe start, 50 minutes of round, standard Friday Night Fight stuff. 950 render distance. Defenders get an additional 25 for a total of 150 defender fortified points. Medium anti-tank settings. Both sides have 2 AT rounds. The defenders also get a single AG round per player. Interesting. Blue 4 are the French Army camouflage kits, so they're going to mainly be using FAMASs. I'm going to scroll down here. Their DMR is going to be a Scar H, okay? Loadouts, FAMASs or HK-416s, Glock 17s for their secondary. Light machine gunners got the FN Mini-Me. Medium machine gunners got the FN Mag. Light anti-tank gunners got the 136. Crew and aviation get a choice in the MP5 or the 416. No crew served weapons. They get 4 transport trucks, 2 M2 Humvees, 2 transport Humvees, and the UH-1H with 1,000 rounds of 7.62x51 NATO ammo per gun on the sides. There's no op 4 here, so we're going to skip down to green 4. Green 4 are your French lizard camouflage guys. Their marksman, I believe, is going to be an SVD. Yep, there it is. Loadout's going to be AKMs or AKSs, PM for their handguns, RPKs for the light machine gunners, PKPs for their medium machine gunners, RPGs for the light anti-tank. Crew and aviation get a choice of the PP2000 or the AKS. Nothing on crews served. Otherwise, they get a PKMG nest to work with 1,000 rounds total of ammo, 250 rounds of 12.7 for 2 Dishkas, 4 transport Land Rovers, and a BRDM. BRDM actually might be really useful for potentially stopping any landings from a Huey coming around here, because this is all too open and exposed, and that little corner BRDM can just drive down the runway and lock that area down immediately on the left, stopping any landings from going in. Otherwise, Cache 1 is located right here on the southern side really crafty area because this is a dead end, and that only goes right there. So that's nice. I can hear Night Owl's voice too. Cache number 2 on the northern side is just inconspicuously placed. Awesome. So again, for attack and defend of caches, the blue 4 groups only see this search zone and this search zone right here, whereas the defenders will see this marker indicating where the caches are specifically. So blue 4 have to search that entire zone looking for the targets, where the defenders will know exactly where it is. No bets? Good point there. I completely forgot. 1 second. Let me put it up. This is round 2. Blue 4 is attacking, and green 4 is defending. I'll set it to 10 minutes because we are a little slow. My bad. And there we go. Alpha Platoon, Alpha 1 Squad, Alpha 2 Squad. Thank you. So yeah, that's how they do it in FNF now. So a platoon, quote-unquote, is the entirety of Alpha, and then a squad is either Alpha 1 or Alpha 2. Thank you for the clarification. But yeah, as I expected, in my terms, I've been considering this as an entire squad, and these are 2 fire teams. So as I figured, they'd have like 1 squad there, and then everyone else coming in. But for their logic, it's platoon. But either way, same logic applies. I mean, these guys in a little bit of an open area, but they can move up and utilize the high ground to cover in the rest of the force coming in from the south here. Blue 4 can also load up a Huey and pick everyone up and pull them back, or try to deploy something over here. But look at where the forest ends and the town begins. I mean, it's literally right on top of the area, and it's thick. So I find it really difficult to see how Blue 4 is going to, how Op 4 is going to really defend against this push, you know? But we'll see. I've seen crazier things. Got a little bit of Deformer going on here as well. I do appreciate that. And we got some rock buildup over here as well. This reminds me of the VN. Sorry, VN is the technical term for the mod assets tied to it, but the SOG Prairie Fire Vietnam rocks that have the bunker systems in them. Ay. Otherwise, I mean, that's really it. Blue 4's assets on the southern side. You've got the 2 M2 Humvees in front, 4 transport trucks, and then the 2 regular Humvees on the rear.
Let's go for it, pretty much.
Guess let's just come back here and listen to their plan.
Give me 1 second. I think it's 8. Is it Huey? I think it's 8.
Yeah, Tanoa is good at giving.
Yeah, 8. And then 2 turrets here.
Or Columbia does have a lot of similar assets to Tanoa, so Columbia is like a Tanoa light, I would say, except with the lack of islands.
Alright, we got our LZ.
It says it's 14 on the blue assets.
Yep, so do you want Charlie to be at safe zone 2 and take that hill?
Well, it says capacity 12, actually.
Hold
Capacity
on,
12.
Charlie. Let me see.
Ah, right.
We'll be about 14 strong with machine guns in AR.
Yeah, I was thinking Delta, but Charlie, yeah, we can do Charlie as well. Yeah, that's
I
yeah.
respawn.
Manage it.
That's the only reason.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah. We can do Charlie.
I'm gonna dismiss myself. I've got my orders, so I'll be over. You can send whatever unit to me. I'll be with the helicopter.
Cool. Okay.
So they are going to use the Huey to deploy a squad in.
Yeah, we can have Alpha, but the thing is really thick.
They're shooting for an LZ up here. Yeah, that's a pretty open area right there. So that means that they're at least going to deploy 1 squad on the northern side, have them utilize the tree line to get all the way in here and try to attack this AO from the north. So I don't know. I would say if Green 4 were defending this, they would, at the squad level for their combat engineers, set up explosive traps on the first few buildings and try to goad Blue 4 into coming in so they can trigger some properly placed explosive traps and then potentially counterattack and hope to God they get enough to then overwhelm whatever first line of Blue 4 comes in. But otherwise, that's just a very, very hard AO to defend, in my opinion.
Yeah, we'll figure out sometime in about 5 minutes. Hold on. Or 2 minutes. Okay, because we gotta get the main push.
Jared, thanks for the 41-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
That's the smallest thing we have, and I don't think Alpha will fit in it. And we will have to push from. I mean, there's no other way. Like, that's the only road we have.
We can have Alpha spawn at the safe start to 47.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but they will be weaker there, won't they? If they do push there. I mean, you can try. Oh, you know what? Let's maybe have you just position on this hill here, and then you wait, just on a like a defensive position until everyone else is in position, and we can do the main push. And you could go down here or through the jungle.
Sure.
Because as long as you get like one squad on you, just some attention, then that's fine with me. Or if you can get through without any resistance, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so they're,
Anyway,
I think I'm talking about doing just a line
so
formation
big
back
question,
and
do
forth.
we try to...
Another thing I want to see is there's just a bunch of craters. Oh, wow. Yeah, this place got destroyed here. I don't know why Green 4 would have a zone right here. Maybe to set up a defensive line to ambush the Humvees coming in, or maybe to stop Blue 4 from just charging up their vehicles and dismounting right here. But regardless, I don't know. Let's continue to have a listen uninterrupted.
I mean, we have to dismount somewhere here. Wait,
I think we can find some landing zone for the helicopter somewhere in the woods. I think that should...
it's at Delta, at the north side.
Send in goat team
That's where the hell he's going
now.
So we have Alpha
Rainbows
and
and
Bravo that's on the
VLLS.
side, and that's gonna be the main pushing force.
Thank you, Dream.
So I think
So much.
we can.
Well, we can have one big squad to spawn in safe zone 2.
Yeah, that's childish.
Okay, so then they push and they try to get like a position where it's safe to pass. The helicopter try to get another position and we sneak behind. Then we push.
Yeah, that's what we've been thinking about. But the thing is, I mean, they will likely push here first, and then Charlie, we have to solo them. You know what? Hold on, let's.
But it's not important if they push to the hill because we can still go through the, close to the river and then go to the extreme east and then,
But you can't push from here. This is a no-go zone.
That's right.
This is a open field pretty much.
They told us that we can only. Oh, sorry, yeah, no, you're right.
What's
Wait, what
do
if we just disembark early?
Yeah, that's the plan, basically.
We just go to the road, right?
Yeah, okay. Can you get
Oh, sorry.
Is faster open enabled? No, not for FNF. Who's on the teams? You know, that is a good point. We never broke them down. My bad. So we got Depso commanding for Blue 4. We were hearing his voice. Tymek is his 2IC. Duke is going to be leading Alpha. Nafs as the marksman. Nemesis as the group's medic. Otherwise, Ellie leading Alpha 1 with Mogsy, Whiplash, Dobbs, Bonkers, Azariah, and Nyander all together. Kazuo leading Alpha 2 with Steve, Purton, Max, and Katz together. NASA leading Bravo. Looks like he's merged Bravo 2 with him. Lolo is that either 2IC or the team leader for the group. You got Zixmi, I believe, with a marksman rifle. And then Pogo, Swola, Ivno, and Viva under him. Bluck leading Bravo 1 with Ash, Goblin, Wheaton, Eric, Wombat, Banks, and Kermit under him. Mackenzie leading Charlie with the marksman being taken by Cambred with Solomons as the Charlie medic. Rufy being Charlie 1's lead with Yabi, Baker, Slushy, and Jerry. Charlie 2 being led by Bro Hunter with Thompson, Gogu, and Crazy under him. Norris leading Delta with Delta 1 being led by Bates, Harrington, Tizo Boy, and Iqbal under him. Valitarian leading Delta 2 with Skids, Dataler, and Zombie Forever under him. Kosh being in a vehicle crew with Wonder and Reverendo. I think they're going to be taking one of the M2 Humvees. And then Jesse and Dine Bush are going to be flying the Huey. Night Owl going to be commanding for Green 4 here. Alpha 1 being led by Khalil with Thompson taking the marksman, Renly taking the medic, and Lowy, taking the 2IC. Alpha 1 being led by Oddball with Ronda Lurch and Alexander under him. 1 second. God, I hate that. Heartseer leading Alpha 2 with Toxic Nicholas Blast, Rodrigue, Hayes, and Riley under him. Kabubi Face leading Bravo with Emin as the medic and Steve as the marksman. Mike leading Bravo 1 with Real Jamie, Toucant, Kale, and Piros and Audrey under him. Charlie, okay, no Bravo 2 element, interesting. Charlie being led by Flux with Cake here as the 2IC, King taking the marksman role. Charlie 1 being led by Armagees with Artisan, Roster, Novik, Sky Fury, and Korvac. Azuki leading Charlie 2 with Hunavar, Wise, Fonz, Wayne, and Gulickman. And you got Delta being led by Shy. Delta 1 has Kiri leading Mutant and Sam. Delta 2 has Patriot leading Casey, Olaf, and Cassie. Wait. Interesting. Anyway, then you got Pingus leading Petrosky and MFL under the BRDM crew. August, thanks for the resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Someone's apparently hot micing. That's cute. Otherwise, that should be that. We'll see what Blue 4 decides to do with their plan, but we'll see how things go.
Hey Wavoo, how do you puppy bunnies?
How do I puppy my bunnies? You know, that is a great question, Old. Thanks for the resub. I guess I just pamper them, and it all works out. But thank you. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. So we'll see how things go. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're having laptop trouble, Shark. I know, I love that kind of censorship too. But everything works out. Alright, otherwise, a round has just begun. Blue 4 is going to be utilizing this squad to come and take the high ground to Overwatch. But Green 4 also going to be sending their own squad up there to overwatch that area. You have the BRDM heading down the MSR to intercept any vehicles coming up. And Blue 4 have opted to ground convoy in. You got a squad loaded up in that Huey moving out as well. Their job is going to pretty much be to try to find an LZ on the northern side and dismount, unless they talked about the southern area as well. We'll see how this transport group goes, but it's being led by 7 people in an unarmed truck, so if the BRDM gets there first, that could get quite messy. It looks like Blue 4 is immediately dismounting over here to drop down right there, so the BRDM, if it's quick, might actually be able to get up here and provide some flanking fire as the rest of Blue 4 comes out and unloads on Blue 4's convoy, but it looks like they're also driving partially in the forest here. Here comes the rest of that convoy. But the BRDM instead, I mean, yeah, feels bad, man. They are going off here instead. That's a bit of a misplay. I guess they're waiting to see if Blue 4 is going to charge right in, but, I mean, FNF, you rarely see charges, so Blue 4 are just going to play this smart. I mean, they have no reason not to play it smart, in my opinion. So you got this mass dismount going on. First contact's probably going to be up here between Green 4 Alpha and Blue 4 Charlie. So we'll see how things go. A little worried about Blue 4's positioning because they're going to be caught in an open clearing right here. And if Green 4 looks left, they will be able to catch them out. But they do have a lot of thick tree line here to stop them from seeing Blue 4 coming in right here. So could go either way. Huey, meanwhile, I predicted they'd come into that corner. And there they go, going right into that corner. That would have been a much better use of the BRDM from stopping the Huey from landing north, but yeah, there were 2 uses for that BRDM. You either charge down the MSR and strike gold and hit the convoy coming in, or you use it as tactical defense and stop the obvious landing that your enemy is probably going to try to do. So it was squandered, and now it's going to be used as a CQC element, which is honestly going to more than likely result in it being taken out by light or medium anti-tank at close range. Unsurprising. Yeah, they even see it. I'm not calling it in.
Take position then there. If you see enemy from south, I want you to fall back and fall back, shoot. Fall back, shoot.
So that's the Alpha squad leader. Ooh, excuse me. And you're hearing some shots over here. I don't know what that's about. I'm looking for Tracer. They might just be shooting out windows then. But yeah, Blue 4 just doing a south to north push, and then this squad coming in from the north. That's just going to sandwich that AO. Green 4 really are surrounding their forces to cover all directions, but it's really obvious where they're going to come in from. So I don't know. I'm already leaning to blue 4 based off of all of this. There's no Matt? I mean... Okay, wait a second. Why is Casey dead? And why is Hayes dead? Okay, that's because these guys are fighting up here. Grenades being exchanged. There goes Blast. Oh, no, the tree took it. I don't see any echo elements on either side, so I don't see any medium anti-tank. Have fun, August. Good luck. Yeah, so Green 4 are going to start seeing them pull back here. You got a full squad right here. Green 4 only have one of their 2 teams in their squad. You got Gogu being incredibly aggressive right here, trying to come into flank. Green 4 were quick to pull their forces back. And interestingly enough, you see 2 different groups of infantry. One dividing and possibly heading up to reinforce Charlie here for Blue 4, and the other that might spearhead in. Not the smartest call, but we'll just have to see how it continues to play out. Gogu taking friendly fire. Just looks at him, immediately turns around, and you got the Huey flying over. Gogu just took quite a few rounds there, but he is still okay. Green 4, though, great formation they've done here, making this battle line to try to stop him. And now you might have these 3 come around to flank on the far left side. They're going to really have to push. Unfortunately, there's some Blue 4 right in front of them. That FAMAS has an incredibly fast fire rate. Wow. 2 for Jerry there, stopping that flanking attack. And Khalil doesn't even know. Jerry. Jerry, turn around. Oh, no. What the f... Okay. Okay. That happened. That was a genuine trade. And they're both back up. Wait.
Back.
Right there.
And now Roofy comes and assists. Oh my god. That was awesome. I got some of Green 4 all the way over here firing with their light machine gun. Most of that battle line is now crumbled, and they're pulling back. You've got the original wave of Blue 4 coming in. This is Scandia Recon leading. Look at how spaced out Green 4's defense line is. I think this is going to be a clean sweep, in all honesty. What kind of Looney Tune BS was that? Welcome to FNF, baby. We get stuff like that every freaking week. Oh, come on. You guys know better. Just bypass that and continue to move in. You don't have to deal with that.
Right in front.
Crazy getting a great drop. I think this just goes to show you the fire rate you're seeing on some of the Blue 4 rifles between the FAMAS and the other 5.56 gun they have. It's just tearing face here. This wave of blue is just unstoppable here. Ooh, a short lob grenade. Wow. The BRDM is trying to come up and assist, but it's too little too late, in my opinion. Wow, great Geo knocking out Mackenzie and Jerry there. Yeah, he goes down. Gogu has the AT. Yeah. Yeah. He missed. It was stuck, too. Oh, my God. Missed again. What are you doing? Goobers. All right, Delta's gonna come in. We got a Dishka up here trying to suppress that tree line, but not at the best angle. And now Blue 4 is starting to enter the city. You got Papega on the front line trying to hold, but there's just simply too much Blue 4 here to counter. And even the best squad in FNF, at least one of the two, is getting cut to ribbons here as they're forced to pull back. Luckily, that RPG landed low and got absorbed. Actually, it impacted right there. Woo. Bro, you're getting shot. The Pepe van lives to fight another minute. Where did that little rascal go? All right, he's on the front line again. You know, why'd I even bother? Why'd I even bother, guys? Welcome to Caster Cursing, where you type something and I say it, and then it immediately happens on screen. Ah, joy to the freaking world here. Meanwhile, Blue 4 is starting to get up close on this AO right here. Where'd my tracers go? There they are. I guess they're not just coming out of that window, because maybe it's an invincible building or what. Oh, dear. That grenade. Yeah. When in doubt, throw a grenade out. Thanks, Hamilton. I appreciate it. Now you got a Humvee just driving up here. Look at all those skulls compared to Blue 4. Which, granted, they have some skulls, but, I mean, there's a lot of Blue 4 coming in on this line here. More AT fired up on the ridge here. It was way short, though. There's Green Fort Command right there. Something just got one of the guys next to him. He pops a nade. Doesn't go close enough. Luck just got knocked out by Korvac. Swola still driving around. Just playing as interference. Just playing as interference. Valitarian and Daedalor are pulling back. So that's a Hunt IR round, by the way. Little white parachute with the camera on it. Those are what the GL IR guys have. Hunavar doing his best to hold. Another group of Blue Corps coming in to make another opening. That's not really needed. They can just push in and reinforce and find a different part of the town to go in through. So that's a bit of a waste. I think because Blue 4 are still winning, even though they're dividing their forces along a lot of different areas, because they're winning the main fights here. And just look at the skull count slowly adding more and more on the Green 4 side. And then you got Green 4, so this is Alpha 1. They went all the way around to try to flank, but Blue 4 already pushed in. These guys will be harassing some of those elements on the outside, but because there's so many Green 4 dead already, it's just not going to be enough. That's another trade. More AT coming in, but again, it's just not managing to hit well tonight. Wise finally takes a 50 cal to the face. Wow, Blue 4 Delta, not a lot are still alive because some are pulling around and flanking. That's keeping the northern side pinned, but not by a lot. Looks like the gunner finally got shot out on that Humvee. Just looking at the remaining numbers here, it's not a lot. Bonds must be out of AT. Now he's being flanked from groups up here, but Green 4 now coming down, taking out some of the Blue 4 elements at Alpha 1 group. And they're firing down the rear of more Blue 4 guys. It's unlikely, but Green 4 could still bounce back because Blue 4's divided their forces among so many areas. They're having way too many elements on Overwatch or doing these elaborate outflanks. And that could give Green 4 some breathing room to bounce back. Again, it's unlikely. But if Green 4 starts getting higher KDs here, then they might be able to reunify and hold the objectives themselves. The Northern push especially has been doing a great job. So I know Blue 4's back here. They're trying to pick off some of them. But yeah, this entire sector has lost all of its Green 4 elements, though. It's only the northern sector that has any units. And they've only got 4 guys down here, and then they've got about 6 up there. So Green 4 is very close to being in the single digits here. I think they just lost 1. They're down to 3 now. Bingus ducks a grenade. You got Kane up here. He's going to be harassing the entirety of this element that's out flanking. As they decided to push through an open side. That was just foolish. Tymic also amazing. Guy Fieri, finish him, please. He jumped off the rooftop. All right, there's that one being destroyed. Silly, silly players. Tymic woke back up. He ran in here, and now he's hiding. Guy Fieri, no, you know better. Oh, you know better. He was checking the scaffoldings, but he didn't check the corner position right here. And Roster got knocked out by a GL. Looks like King finally got executed up here on the rock. His head's still spinning. Must have been a nasty headshot. Good God, his mouths are still moving too. Just, oh. Green 4 still have 3 guys back here. They're contending with Gamma elements in the 50 cal vehicle cars. And marksman back here, Camrad, trying to pick them off. So now it's just this northern defense group. I saw a Green 4 player right there, but he's now gone, so I guess he just got immediately picked off. Only 19 minutes into this round, too. Now you're just going to start seeing everything slowly trickle in. But yeah, I don't think Green 4 is going to be able to bounce back from this one. So, Blue 4 didn't really have the best plan going in. They had elements of it, but then they started doing some weird things. But even then, they were still able to push in here. Yeah, we're at 31 minutes. So, you know, 15 minutes of safe start. There's been an additional 19 minutes of gameplay so far. It's been a quick round. But again, with an AO like this, I'm not surprised. Yeah, so they're just going to camp the doorways here. At least that's what Andre's going for. Emin's just moving around these areas. There he goes. Bro, just use your AT, hit the stash.
More in here, more in here. One more dude.
Just use your AT on the stash and you win.
Press.
GG. At the 21-minute mark. Oh, man. Ain't that nuts. Alright, guys, we still have a third round. We'll probably be over by, I want to say another hour, give or take, but damn. That went pretty well, didn't it? So we'll see how things go. We're on a sustained assault mission right now, and let's see what our next role is. Thank you to whichever mod is here to cash out that bet. All right, it is going to be Helanma. So let's go ahead and change everything out here. Give me just a moment. All right, this is round 3, where it's a rush attack. So Blue 4 is attacking. Cool. Blue 4 is rush attacking 3 green 4 objectives, meaning they must be done in a certain order. Blue 4 has a 5% numbers advantage. An M2 Humvee. Wow. And 30 transport VIX. Choose from, while green 4 has okay. SUV by 4 and a recon Lil Bird. The map is going to be Halama. And I'm going to change up the music. Let's go. What do we want to do? Let's do Snow Warriors. That's usually a good one to go with. Awesome. All right, so we just got to let them get slotted. We're at 85 players for the third round. And let's see how it all plays out. But again, I'm not surprised how that particular mission played out. That was, again, really hard for the attackers to screw up based on how that defensive AO was set up. I can't really conceive a way that the defenders would have won that mission without negligence on the attacking side. And there was some, admittedly. But it just wasn't enough. Version 6 Malin would happen because it's the 6th version of the mission file. That's cute. If no, you got sniped. I'm sorry to hear that, man. All right. Yeah, the BRDM misses were a little funny, but it happens. It does say there's no medium anti-tank on either side right there. That's a good, important thing to note. You saw it slide on the hull? That's a shame. Gotta aim center mass, man. It happens. It happens. They're giving Malin shit because of how many versions of this mission file exist. Ay, ay, ay. All right. We'll see how everything goes. Anyway, I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I don't know what streaming I'll be doing after this because I got to finalize a mission file for tomorrow. And then after that, we'll just see how things go. I got a few additional chores I got to do today. Vacuumed the entire house, dusted it, did some other minor chores, had to empty out our paper shredder, got the mail, you know, little things like that. So, whew. We'll see. I know tomorrow will be interesting because that's when Splendid Squad 2 is being redone. First one I advertised the hell out of. This one I'm just like, you know. And that's just because I was sick for a lot of its development, at least on my side. So it's not that I'm not enthused about it. I'm happy to, you know, do a job for the parent company of Arma and whatnot. I'm happy to be working with the community managers and everything. I'm just... you know, I just have so many other things I'm working on as well. Some of it I've told you guys about. The really important one. That's been fun to work on the side. I won't talk about it again until it happens, but wink. But yeah, Splendid Squad is tomorrow at 1 p.m. It should be an 1.5 to 2 hour mission. They'll be giving away game keys as well. So we'll see how things go. Just spent time in DayZ building a base on bows. Hamilton, I hope you have multiple code locks because there's a lot of people that like to base raid because they've got a cache of satchels and whatnot. Make sure your satchels are stored in a safe because otherwise people will raid your base and get a bunch of free satchels. Well, that was easy. Oh yeah, we'll see how this final round goes. Who is commanding on Blue 4? That'll be Patriot. Op 4 being commanded by Shy with Kiri as the 2 IC. Interesting. Yeah, so they do have them as platoon leads and then squads. Funny enough. Oh man, there's so many things I have to do. I mean, just going off my laundry list, I gotta front log the main channel, finally get that sorted for what I want to do. Gotta put a schedule down for my Discord, gotta front log all the other places I work on in terms of Zeusing. I have to plan my anniversary with Bloodwing on the 23rd. I gotta get everything sorted for Christmas. I gotta get everything sorted for, that thing. And, God, like, that right there is already, like, dozens of hours of work. So I'm thinking this weekend, now that I won't be sick, I'll be playing a lot of catch-up. But I do want to finish my weeklies on Dark Tide too. 1 second. I've also got a cool idea for a Christmas video. And then we have to do the shrimp fried rice video. And then there's a few Christmas ops I want to do. So we'll see how all that goes. But I don't know. Just thinking, get everything sorted, and then we'll start tackling other things for the channel itself and see how things are going. Alright, I will admit the reason I'm not talking is I'm trying to pick my stress ball back up. It rolled under my desk, so I'm using my feet to get it back. There we go. Like to play around with it in my hands as I speak and think about everything. Admittedly. I'm just trying to think right now on everything as a whole, but at the same time, I don't need to think about it. I just need to go ahead and do it. I guess 2 major projects I'm thinking of doing is because I can't get New Horizons to work again on the 506 servers, I might take part of it and apply it to a Fallout-style campaign run in my community, but more of an open world-style thing. And I'm thinking of combining it with another idea that I have. I just need some more ideas for it. A heart monitor? Yeah, I know people want me to do a DayZ heart monitor, but that, again, it's low on my to-do list, admittedly. Oh, Shark Bloodwing has the same problem. My recommendation is get yourself a significant other that'll slap the shit out of you when you do it, because I also do it from time to time, and she slaps the shit out of me when I do it. I'm also thinking of maybe running a pay-for-pain, like a mini one, a week or 2 before Christmas, which would actually mean it's run in a week or 2, just to collect on some extra revenue for the holidays. And then we run it in POG. I don't know. I'll put up a mini poll probably in a day or 2, and then design it over next week if I feel like doing it. But we'll see how things go. Justin, that sounds hellish, but whatever pays the bills, man. Whatever pays the bills. Think he would flatline. Oh my god. A 24-hour bow. We could turn that into a special event, actually. But I don't know. Give me a few days to sort out everything I need to do, and then we'll see how things go. A little bit of caffeine taken every few hours. Man, there's a lot we have to do, isn't there? If we're going to do a 24-hour stream, can I at least stream for 18 hours and then the final 6 or 8? So like 16 to 18 hours of streaming and then the final 6 to 8, I just set up a camera and sleep in my balaclava. Can I just do that? I see all these women do sleeping streams, and I think it's creepy as fuck, but fuck it. I might as well jump on that bandwagon too, right? Why not? No, you know what? I'll go to sleep in the shrimp costume. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. No. Here's what I would do. I would go to bed in the shrimp costume, and then an hour later, I would have one of my buddies dress up as Gordon Ramsay and ambush me. And then I gotta choose my words very carefully here. But I want him to turn me into shrimp fried rice. I don't know how that'll work. I'll let you figure that out in your own mental image, but that's what we'll do. We'll turn it into a cooking show. So what? Shut up, if now. Like I said, that's why I wanted to choose my words carefully, because that would be... No! Oh my god. No. No. Y'all are getting into some really weird fetish territory there, sir. Oh my god. You don't know want to know what we have in mind? Oh my freaking god. My fantasies are weird. You have no idea. Anyway. Jesus Christ, guys. When will the mission start? I'm done entertaining you. Fuck. Let's go. 41 to 44. That's pretty even. Oh my god. If no, they're not going to be able to find the lamb sauce, though. Shark, I respect that. You know what? You can tell me that in Discord DMs, and we can talk about it. But anyway, shrimp fried rice OnlyFans. Jesus Christ. No, you know what I should do? I should take the lidocaine when I do the shrimp fried rice stream. That's what I should do. Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Liru Hub when. Just look up Wolf Girl with you. You'll be able to find it, Pumpkin. Don't worry about it. It's all about streaming yourself sleeping while you drive. High-octane sleep streams. You know, Frisco, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know if you know this, but there's something called carbon monoxide poisoning. Which is why it's never a good idea to start up your car in your garage when it's closed. Yep, if you're playing, get off the stream, you know what to do. And it looks like Blue Force spawning in 3 different areas. It is a terminal fight, so Terminal 1 has to be taken first, then 2, then 3. Let's go ahead and put our prediction up. And I can literally just copy-paste everything. However, I'm going to set this for 20 minutes. Let's go. Justy, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. If no, you're already gone, but shut up if you are. Anyway, a lot of the map here dedicated to this area. Looks like they're going to be defending the metal plant. I remember this AO being done in the winter version of Halama way back when, so we'll just have to see how things go and where Blue 4 decides to push from. This is definitely going to be a longer round because I feel like they're just going to move in on foot. We'll have to see how everything goes. Also, let me add the FNF command because I said I'd do that 2 missions ago. Finally did it. Excellent. And we'll see where this goes. Why is green 4 red in the prediction? Those are Twitch's colors. I can't do anything about what Twitch decides to set my colors as. They can start at any time. I guess we're just choosing to stay here. Normally in OFCRA, I'd name everyone off on here, but I'm just going to wait till we go in so we can see who is in what specific role, because we have the time for that. But like I said, just give me the weekend. I'll be able to bounce back after, being sick for a little over 2.5 weeks, and we can go from there. Anyway, let's get started here. Briefing, mission made by Malin. Background, a very powerful man known as Mr. Nate has set himself up in a sparsely populated part of Croatia. The Croatian government predicts he is doing many illegal things, but so far, no proof has been found until a couple of days ago where Mr. Nate pirated a copy of Chromatica, Lady Gaga's newest album. With this, the Croatian government finally has a reason to raid the Nate estate and gather evidence for any cyber crimes committed. Okay. Okay. Blue 4. Although there are 2 M2 MRAPs, only one of them may be used. Okay, interesting. Otherwise, game mode. So it's a rush game mode. Rush means it's either 2 different types of objectives, sectors, or terminals. This one's being terminals. The attackers have to make contact with the terminal, after which a timer will start. And they have the times for the terminal set up right here. So the first terminal will take 2 minutes to go down, second terminal 1 minute, third terminal 2 minutes. They have room for a 4th terminal, but there is no 4th terminal. Otherwise, mission variables here. Oh, by the way, while the terminals are being hacked, if the defender interacts with them, it either pauses or restarts the timer. Usually in a rush, it pauses the timer. However, it could also restart. Depends on a variable setting, but they don't state it here. Otherwise, mission variables, a kilometer of view distance. Defender 4 to 5 points are set to default at 125. No night vision nor magnified optics. Medium anti-tank doesn't matter because it wasn't set. It said in the safe start that there was no medium anti-tank on either side. Blue 4 have the modern Croatian army kits. Gonna quickly check their DMR. That looks like an HK416, so a 5.56 based rifle. Loadouts otherwise are VHSs for their rifles. Basically the Croatian battle rifle. It's a 5.56 rifle. In my opinion, it's a piece of shit, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. 1 second. Okay. Glock 17s for their handguns, FN Mini-Me's for the support, light machine gun, FN Mags for the medium machine gun, light anti-tank's going to be the M136, crew and aviation get a choice of a Scorpion submachine gun or a VHS. Otherwise, nothing on crew served weapons. Blue 4 otherwise gets, weird. Okay. So, it said only one of these may be used, so I'm assuming they only have one M2, MRAP there. They've got 9 transport trucks and 21 transport MRAPs. That is a lot. Meanwhile, Op4 are going to be your modern Polish intelligence special forces kits. All right, Mr. Nate has a lot of defenses. All right. ACR's in play here. Glock 17s for the secondary. FM Mini maybe for the light machine guns. Medium machine gunners get the MG3. Light anti-tank's going to be the M136. Crew and aviation get a choice of the MP5 or the Remington ACR. assets. They've got 3 transport 4x4s, an up-armored 4x4, an MD500, which is a civilian recon little bird, and then an M2 pickup, also known as a technical. Otherwise, looking at the players here, where is Command? Command's going to be Korvac. No 2IC, no nothing additional with him. Alpha is going to have Rufy leading. Looks like they've merged Alpha 2 with him, so he's got Emin, Dadine, Bush, Jobby, Kabubi Face, and Steve. Under him, Steve being the either 2IC or the team lead. But I think because he shares the same weapon as Alpha lead, he's meant to be Alpha 2's lead. So Alpha 1 being led by Mike with Tukant, Goblin, Jess, and Slushy. Depso leading Bravo with Mackenzie as the marksman. You can see he's got the 416. He'll also have a scope on there. Looks like he's taking the 230. And then Tymek as the GL, the 2IC for Depso, because 2ICs get the grenade launcher under. And then Ghoster being the medic. Armageddon leading Charlie with K-Cure as the marksman. Guy Fieri being the medic. Flux leading Charlie 1 with Night Owl. Roster, Novix, Kane, and Artisan. Azuki leading Charlie 2 with Hunavar, Wise, Fawns, Glugman, Wayne, and Femfo. Norris leading Delta with Tizoy Boy being the medic. Bates leading Delta 1 with Harrington and Wilberg. Under him, Delta 2 be led by Lurch with Alexander Waldo and Rund under him. And then Casey and Patriot being the dedicated vehicle crew for the M2 MRAP. And that is it. Shy is going to be commanding with Kiri as the 2IC, as a riding lean Alpha with Nemesis as the marksman. They get an ACR with a long barrel for the marksman, otherwise Dobbs going to be the medic. Naf's leading Alpha 1 with Katz, Max, Iander, Purton, Kazul, and Whiplash under him. NASA leading Bravo. Looks like there's no Alpha 2 for Alpha. Viva being the... Interesting. So he has a machine gun. Usually that's a marksman slot, but weird. Kermit taking the medic role. Bluck leading Bravo 1 with Ivno. I want to quickly look, because I'm wondering if they switched weapons. Yeah, so Ivno is taking the marksman rifle, and he gave his machine gun to Viva. Neat. Otherwise, Ash, Adamek, Wombat, and Eric under Bluck. Lolo leading Bravo 2 with Rerundo, Banks, Wheaton, Wonder, Swola, and Kosh under him. Pro Hunter leading Charlie with Crazy as the marksman, Solomons as the medic. Charlie 2, there's no Charlie 1, interesting. Thompson leading Charlie 2 with Riley, Cameron, Gogu, and Roderick. Valtarian leading Delta with Delta 1 having been led by Dedler with Skits and Zombie Forever on him. And then Sam is going to be flying the Little Bird. Otherwise,
yeah, let's just...
This is Alpha 1's position. Terminal is accurately marked for both sides. They made this into a bit of a cyber room with all these servers going. That is quite nice. And then you've got Terminal 2, which is in this little building over here. Nothing special around it, really. And then you've got the metal area here. And then another cyber room back here. Okay. In terms of the AOs, Blue 4 is starting around the area of Nyman. They got all these vehicles to work with. I'm checking the other Blue 4 spawn points. They have a bunch of other vehicles to utilize, basically to transport from any AO here to push in at any direction, which is why they have so many of these vehicles. But either way, Blue 4, all they have to do is just get into the forest and then push into the AO, and then move past these open areas, get into the forest, and then push into these two AOs. So another AO that's really favoring the attackers, but I don't really have a counter for Green 4 other than holding the specific sectors. But if Blue 4 is able to just push in through the forested sides, there shouldn't be any problem for Green 4 to defend. The only difference compared to the last AO and this AO is there is a more even amount of players on both sides, whereas the previous round had like a 10% numbers advantage for the attackers. This one only has a 5%, meaning this is a 44 on Blue 4 versus 41 on Green 4, so it could really go either way. And yeah, I would say the Thunder, like, out of everything in Arma 3, the most realistic thing is definitely the freaking Thunder. There have been plenty of times I've been working or playing a mission where I hear Thunder, see light, hear the after effects of lightning, which is Thunder, my bad. But I think it's actually outside because it's just that realistic. So, you know, really happens. Malin saying it's the best lore. You know, it's totally not that he wrote it or anything. That's one big-ass neighbor. And that comment got censored because of race, ethnicity, or religion by saying arse neighbor God, I love Twitch. It's so freaking boggled. Ay, ay, ay. And then someone named Thunder God came in. No, Thunder Gunner. My bad. Oh, well. Either way. Blue 4 moving some forces over here as well. 7 minutes left on safe start. Honestly, I think this is also going to be a relatively quick round, because all Blue 4 needs to do is find a place to dismount. If they're coming from over here, they can dismount over here, move their infantry over. I would say start everyone up here so you can just cleanly sweep everything from the right to left. By giving Blue 4 a choice, that might force Blue 4 into a pitfall of dividing their forces when they don't need to be. That's another way I could see Green 4 winning, is if Blue 4 decides to use 2 or 3 of these start points and attack from different angles, when in reality, this AO is just forcing you to attack these AOs one at a time because it is a rush attack. Which means they can only do Terminal 1 at first, then Terminal 2, then 3. Also, yeah, Thunder, 5 years. That means you've been following since, what, 2017? Ooh, I'd say yikes too. But either way, excuse me, if Blue 4's smart, just have everyone start in the town of Hotala, dismount around here, and just push in through the forest, and then push to Terminal 2 and then 3. I mean, it's not hard. You can then split off into 2 forces, have one force go in right here, the other force branch around, hammer and anvil that bitch, and then just line a sweep that AO. If you really want to be extra, you can have another squad going all the way around as you send stuff to Terminal 2 to then hit Terminal 3 in the ass. Or you could have a squad, or I guess platoon, quote-unquote, come in from here, dismount, and be attacking these areas as your main force hits Terminal 1. Like, there's so many ways to do this properly, but I'm worried that in having all of that choice, that Blue 4 might just opt to send in a squad at every angle and stretch themselves out and allow themselves to be defeated in detail, similar to how we saw the first AO done for this week. I love how no one notices the, like, 12 hours I spent making the shading on the non-square play zone work. What, so you mean all this stuff down here? Malin, I'm going to be honest with you. I would have just used a cover map module and just, like, drawn a box. Like a giant rectangle. And have been done instead of spending 12 hours on this. You know, but more power to you. It's your mission. You can spend your time however you want. But I just want to let you know, you could have spent 30 seconds and just made a box with the cover map module. Because I've seen that also done in FNF. It's pretty. Look, Malin, so would a box, all right? Here, Bloodwing could go out to eat with me and just, you know, throw on a nice shirt. Or she could spend 12 hours putting on a nice dress, makeup, the whole 9 yards, and look absolutely stunning for me. To me, she's going to be pretty either way. To the players, this is going to look fine either way. But as long as you are happy with it, and as long as Bloodwing is happy with herself, more power to you. And however you want to design this AO. Do I think it's kind of silly at some point for you to claim that you spent 12 hours just focusing on the shaders? Yes, I do. I think you're a little silly for that. But if you're happy, more power to you, you know? I can't stop you. Just like I can't stop any of you guys in chat from picturing a cow in your mind and rotating it, you know? You can do that for free and no one can stop you, not even your own government. Just picture a cow. Now rotate it 90 degrees to the left. We don't know how that cow is still rotating in your mind because I didn't tell you a simple point of origin to picture your cow. So some of you might have pictured the cow from the front. Some of you might have pictured the cow left side facing right or right side facing left. And you might have done it. You might be thinking of the polka cow, too, from the polka meme, you know? Or the polka meme. The Polish meme, you know? No one can stop you if you rotate a cow in your mind. And you can refuse to all you want. But subconsciously, I know you still thought of a cow. Just like, you can't stop me from saying the word cow, and then you subconsciously thinking about said cow. So, in that sense alone, I have power over you. Think about that. What the fuck is this bit? Malin? Malin. Malin. Picture a cow in your mind. A cow. It's white with black spots, or is it black with white spots? It's still a cow. And that cow in your mind, I put it there. You're welcome. Alright, so it looks like Blue 4 is splitting their force to go in from two separate ways. I'm a little worried about this. Because here's the deal. Statistically, when the attacker in a rush objective attacks the AOs in a reverse order, they lose more often than they win. So, already I'm a little worried for the attacker, but Green 4 are opting not to go and defend Terminal 1. They might send a few forces out there, but they're otherwise just going to hold Terminal 2 and 3 together. Mine was in a jersey with full udders. Good for you, Justy. Good for you. All right, there's the mission start. Let's see where the convoys go. Let's see where Green 4 moves their vehicles. And we just saw some vehicles spawn over here. Command's gotten two black SUVs, and they're moving out with them. And the Recon Little Bird is out and about. Bloodwing's not watching, and she will not waterboard me, but I appreciate the 500 bits, Pumpkin. Well, Sevy, that's a little dark, but hey, that is how the meat industry works. You know what? We're going to watch Sam. Sam is in a helicopter. Can Bloodwing put me in a box? Maybe if you ask her nicely and pay her $5. Excuse me. I was hoping he'd be a little luckier with his flying here, but we already see Blue 4 driving right up to this first area. Again, worrisome because they only have a single squad up here. Everyone else has opted to attack from this left side. So, I guess it's just Blue 4 properly predicting that Green 4 isn't going to be reinforcing Terminal 1. But if Green 4 did reinforce Terminal 1 and managed to win that fight, and then force Blue 4 to clear through Terminals 2 and 3 to get back to Terminal 1, I feel like the defenders actually would have had a solid chance. Also, Patch, thank you for the raid. What were you doing, buddy? Look, I mean, again, you can DM Bloodwing and ask. I know someone gave me $10 to stream a freaking stream with cat ears on, and I did in a DayZ stream like a week or two ago. So, you do you. You do you. Yeah, so Bravo's often just drive right into the AO, realizing that there's no resistance. That's a shame, old. Empire at War? Nice.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, there's a satchel. I fucking see a satchel, man. Dude, I will.
Where's your EOD guy? Because he can disarm that satchel. See, I want to see Sam call up and say, hey, there's people in there, blow it up.
Oh shit, there's SME. Fuck,
Another satchel under the SUV. This is going to stall them from actually doing the hack, but Ghoster can disarm them. You gotta love traps. Whether they be the Arma 3 explosive satchel kind or the ones where you pull her pants down and find a dick. You know, it's just part of the game. There you go, Ghoster disarming the satchel. Will it blow up in his face? Dun dun. Dun dun. Alright, there's one.
Almost. I found the one in the server room. There doesn't appear anymore.
Now, average explosive specialist has 2 satchels, so we'll see if there are any more placed by a secondary explosive specialist in a moment. I assume this is the bomber. I think I just heard him say, yeah, they're not going off, so...
I still had access to one, but if you'd have told me to blow it, I'd have blown it, because I still had access to one in the terminal room.
His audio is bouncing back and forth. I think he noticed that they were being disarmed because he still had access to one. If he noticed he lost access to one of them, he should have waited a few moments and then deaded it to at least get that kill, but... Otherwise, Blue 4 doing a wide dismount back here, and they're starting to split their force. Interesting. Excuse me. Ay, ay, ay. I wouldn't say it was a waste. It was a good idea, but that's why you need a trigger man to be scouting the satchel specifically. Because if they're diffused, or in the process of being diffused, then you won't know if you're not actively viewing them, you know?
Yeah. That is the way you do that.
Ghoster's driving down. Possibly to be bait. That's the sound of that going off. Explosion. Ain't that funny. Might see it cook off in a second, but... Alright. These guys are literally walking the map border down there. But yeah, as I said, they could have also done, you know, 2 groups on the north, 1 group on the south if they wanted to extra complicate it. For now, it's working out for them, but the defenders are going to be tightly packed down here. We might see them move south and join that group's push on a spearhead, but I think based off of where this is going, I think Blue 4 has definite advantage here. Alright. Slow deployment here. So much movements and maneuvering, it does look a bit like an OSCRA match. I do agree. I do find it funny that Bravo is just kind of teasing everything. This is only a team of Bravo, too. It's not the full entirety of Bravo. Actually, no, Bravo's only 4 people. Here comes their AT. Wait, I don't even see the AT on his back. Yeah, CMDS command. Is their job to pull attention away from the left side? And if so, this is actually kind of smart. Yeah, because now they're causing Delta to rush down south. Korvac's just playing chicken. They're totally trying to pull... Look at that. They're totally pulling eyes away from the lefts. Look at all the forces moving around now to counter a vehicle push from the east. This is actually genius. They made someone trip their own tripwire flare. That's amazing. Oh my god. We actually have some solid tactics being utilized. Well, there goes Blue 4 Command. Look at all of the infantry he's pulling, though. The question is, can his units move in quick enough to capitalize on this?
Fucking check the bodies.
Oh my god. Now these guys are trying to pull attention away on the southern side, so that's going to cause everything to go around. But here's the issue. Now this group are immediately going back on their station because of how far away Blue 4 was there. So it wasn't in the proper time window to capitalize on it, unfortunately. Yeah, the fact that these guys are pulling from all the way over here shows me they're also being a distraction, because they could have just snuck by and moved in. So they're intentionally trying to pull attention away. But now you got Blue 4 Divine everything. Oh my god, he survived and he got a kill.
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
What the hell? He killed Azariah of all people. Oh, that's brilliant. It was all part of the plan. We just saw a grenade get thrown. What on earth is going on here?
Down the hill.
Ain't that funny. Hey, Mutton, how you doing? Yeah, I'm mostly over it. Another day or two and I'll be back to 100, you know? Now they're still blindly suppressing that smoke. Blue 4, meanwhile, has come around. You got the entirety of Charlie engaging Green 4 Charlie as they've come back. I don't know. Now that Green 4 are back in position, I feel like they could still repel all of this. Did they, Korvac? I'm sure you are indeed the best XO ever. So they're on the rooftops trying to hold from up here at this point. King just pushed up and got mowed down by Thompson. I got blind suppression in the trees here. There's King's body. I feel like Blue Force too divided. The distraction went in too early. You had elements of a really, really great plan here, but now it's just gonna be whoever can get in proper. But Green 4, they've now turned and engaged Delta over here, leaving a lot of room for Alpha to break in. But you gotta remember, Blue 4 have to interact with that terminal first, then that one. So the really important group is Charlie here to smash through, and they've got a good chunk of defenders to fight through here. Oh my God. This is one hell of a meat grinder right now. The defenders are chucking grenades out. They're not landing where they need to go, they're just going far. And Blue 4 is getting right in here. Ooh. Ran out of ammo and Thompson scoops around. So far, that Green 4 line is holding, I'll bet, barely. Artisan, I think, threw a satchel out there. My God. Univar now coming up to test his luck. Thompson nails him. That's his third kill. So this flank, I would say, is probably the most important right now, but the second most important is back here, and that's where Blue 4 is getting a lot more push through. Delta, meanwhile, has lost quite a few guys in their push. No, actually, they haven't. They've just been a smaller element in itself. What the hell is Sam doing? Did you see that? He just, like, tried to do a circle and he just... Awesome. Oh, man. Blue 4-bit coming around. Curie gets taken out. It's one of the command elements here. Oh, man. Blue 4 now moving a little more on the right side here. Crazy got picked off. Thompson gets his 4th kill. There we go. Got Arma Jesus on the side, though, trying to put some shots on Gogu. Alpha still getting pinned on that upper side. Grenades being traded back and forth. Number-wise, Green 4 might still be able to push this back if they're able to hold. I feel like if they can win this fight, all the other fights will line up and hold in place. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just look at all the bodies around here. Like, good god. There's certainly been a fight. It's neck and neck right here. See, comparatively, the last round, we were done by around this time. This one, it's boiling over. Jesus just got a kill on Gogu. Shy just found that one Blue 4 guy right there, took him out after baiting him out with an explosive. He's trying to pop some grenades in here to flush out any Green 4. Thompson's gonna come around, not check his rear though. Oh my god, Thompson on 5 now. He's got Night Owl coming around though. He doesn't see him over the little berm though. Yes, he does. Gotta be careful, Night Owl has in a mini-me. Oh, he's trying to keyhole him. Night Owl not making a run for it. Got more Blue 4 crossing into this building. Oh, rest in peace, Cats. He might have heard that beeping, so he runs away. But the satchel takes them both out. Ghoster gets taken out by Shy. Shy taking fire, though, from both Depso and Tymic. But he's able to stay. Looking at the remaining flanks. Alpha 1's about to get flanked by 3 Green 4 on the rear. Delta starting to fold him, but it's not enough. That either missed or got shrugged off by the MRAP. Did Shy get taken out? It looks like he did. Whiplash back up. He's on 4 kills. Knocks Runda out. Only gets sprayed down by Rundo. This is still neck and neck. We need to see these Green 4 guys come in and counter that last large Blue 4 group. And then I think Green 4 will still have a chance, but Blue 4 definitely has the number advantage right now. But if Green 4 can reconsolidate the remaining forces on the final terminal, this could still go either way. Jesus killed Goku. God damn it, man.
Yeah, I'm moving out.
All right, Blue 4 trying to push in from the southern side. There's the hack on that terminal spotted. Thompson, I think, just got kill number 6. Yes, he did. They're going to have to counterattack. Roofy trying to get in position to get the final terminal hack there, but Green 4 quickly coming around to reinforce. Wow, Roofy got the first shot on Swolo because Swolo was coming down the stairs, but Swolo still managed to get the headshot there. What the hell are you two doing? You had an opportunity. Ah, at least Sam can still pull it off. That got triggered, I think, by Swolo, though. Thompson, if you're going to make a move, you need to make it now. He did pause it with 4 seconds to spare. Wow. Kill number 7. Thompson gets a great grenade throw in there. Now taking suppressive fire. Can't line up a shot on Ghoster. Oh, but the building explodes and Thompson's reign of terror is over. That was probably an explosive thrown by Ghoster. My God. Riley should have been reinforcing, but Blue 4, they're gonna find his body and tap it. Riley could get a kill or two right here. He does have the GL. Could go for some noob tubes. He's playing this way too cautious, though. Look at the numbers, though, remaining on that other AO, though. Yeah. Yeah, no surprise there. Anyway. Did they just trip their own mine? Yes, they did. They got another mine right here, too. So I think, yeah, Green 4 just tripped their own mine right there. That's cute. And Bates just tripped that one. Oh my God. Sneaky, sneaky tripwires. They'll kill everybody. So whoever planted them, they get an even out spread there. But my God, that was funny. But Green 4 doesn't have anyone directly defending the sector here. So Blue 4 just needs to run a guy in. Green 4 maintains the number advantage in sector. Let's do a quick head count. We got 6 Green 4, 7 Green 4, 1, 2, 3. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 Green 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Blue 4. And I think the reason Green 4 has the number advantage is because Blue 4 just ran out in so many different directions. They triggered the baiting of the defenders too early, and the defenders just went right back to their positions. That would have been beautiful if it was better timed. And just beyond that, it's really thinned out. But some players like Thompson on Green 4 getting those massive multi-kills. That was great. Blue 4 don't have a medic up there, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to heal up Ghoster. I really don't know what these two Chucklefucks are doing, to be honest. They've just kind of been going around instead of actually pushing into the AO and committing. Kent taking flanking fire. He's forced to pull back. Slushy knocked out. See, the funny thing is Blue 4 could just come in here, touch it, and then camp it, and then get grenaded. Hydrate. That was me hydrating it, going down the wrong hole again. Bro, I still gotta be training for being a shrimp man. Great grenade throw! And then they murdered Iander with machine gun burst. Oh my God. That might turn the tide, but you still have the internal garrison here. What the hell are they doing coming back to the previous? I don't know. Christ, Mutton. Three v 4 right now. He's gonna open that door and get gunned down. You got Sam running around up there. Why? Jesus Christ, guys. They just killed Timex, so the only guy still up is Toucan. So the defenders just barely win this. That just goes to show you the level of miscommunication that's going on, because Blue 4 was saying, I think there's friendlies in there, I just can't tell. But no, this was a really tight round, admittedly. But I think the attackers just made a lot of silly mistakes, and that's what cost them. They were great. Bravo was great for being cautious, though. Hold the trigger down! Alright, that's GG. Green 4-1. Alright, guys, we might be back later today. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow, at least for Splendid Squad at 1 p.m. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.